Hello and welcome to the final game against DVD. So this kingdom we have some draw in lab. We don't have any actions though, so you'd probably have to take your pick of Displaced Jester or Tragic Hero as your terminal to play here. There's merchants as well. Merchant will be important. You trash with Steward, of course. And importantly, this is an invest kingdom. So let's see how that plays out here. Three, I think, is obvious. You open with Steward to trash. I don't think you do anything with Fountain. I think it's better to do something with Lab and Displace. Faster, more reliable. The four here is interesting. So, four could be an invest. Instead, DVD opts for a scheme. I understand. You want to scheme this Steward to trash more quickly. Makes sense, makes sense. Instead, I invest in labs because that is the key card in the kingdom. Merchant is probably second, but lab is definitely number one. That's the card that everybody wants here. And I said, if you want it, DVD, you'll have to give me two cards for it. You'll have to give me two cards for it. They trash, they gain a lurker. I'll do the same here. The lurker can gain as well. That might be impactful. We both gain silvers. Those are for the merchants. And here's four, their first four after the opening. They invest in labs as well. So they give me the two cards, which gives me a great hand here actually. Lets me trash the estates out the deck. And I can buy a lab here. It would mean giving them two cards, but look at what just happened when I received two cards. I trashed all my estates, I got up to 5. I don't really want to give them that. So I buy merchant instead. Ordinarily, that would have been a lab, but in this kingdom with the invest, I didn't want to give them the cards. Just going to be a merchant. They get a second lurker now. Seems good. I would like a second one myself. Here's the scheme, and I think now is where the scheme pays dividends with the steward. They gain a merchant even with the double lurker play and trash a couple cards from the deck. The steward obviously goes back on top of the deck. Trash for me as well, but no buy. Another merchant for them. Here is going to be another merchant for me. So we have 2-2 on the merchants. The scheme is doing work. I think they are almost clean at this point. Here they take the money and they make an interesting play, which is to buy a province. Now, this province sends a message. It's a bold statement. It tells me they want the game to be over very quickly, and they plan to do that with Displace. I thought they would have gone for trash here by Displace, then by province, but arguably displacing province into gold is better than displacing gold into province and then going back the other way. So they get the province here. I have to move quickly, and none of us, this is turn 9, have shown any intention of picking up labs because we don't want to give each other two cards. So lab is important though. Lab, the extra draw, does allow you the reliability, and it allows you a little bit of flexibility as well in how you play your actions. The merchant just drawing one card does not do that. You have to rely on things coming in the right order, and your deck has to be very thin to play all those merchants. See the displace at the end, and then go from there. The displace will help keep the deck somewhat thin, but you would need a couple labs just to make sure you could see everything every turn. Alright, so I have 4 again here. Could be a merchant for me. I go ahead and invest in the merchants. I notice they are getting merchants, so I want to discourage them from doing so because they didn't touch the labs. So maybe they don't touch the merchants either. And then I get sole authority over the merchants, you know? Some psychology involved with invest. So that's why some people don't like it. So steward for money gets the displace that we expected. I'm going to be able to get displace here, but not with Luca, with the money instead. And I take a merchant of the exile here, so the invest lock is off now. That was done in haste. I got happy that I had one in exile. I said, yes, I want more merchants. but I forgot why it was in exile. It was because I invested in it. So maybe I should have kept it there for a turn or two, but I took it off. I said, all right, well, whatever. I already decided. Let's play it as is. Get our displays now. All right, so scheme. You see, the draw isn't great for them. They kept a couple couples. They have the lurkers as well, which are stop cards. They don't draw, right? Which is why the labs are very important. If they didn't have the lurkers in the deck, I think it's much easier for them to play without lab, but they have the lurkers, so they even trash one here. And they pick up our merchant immediately after I drop the lock, so good for them, I guess. Alright, so here my merchants come out. I only see the one lurker, which is a bit sad, but I haven't completed trashing. Regardless, I am going to exile the steward at this point. I don't think I have time to trash anymore. Remember that message they sent with the province? We're going to play fast, so you have to keep up. Is the message there? I said okay, and I make the choice here to give them 2 cards. I figured now is as good a time as any. Last turn they didn't do anything great. They just picked up on merchant, which probably means they have the displace and province in their hand already. Plus they trash a couple cards as well, so they probably see all the things they want to see anyway. And I get 2 labs for my troubles. So I take the lab, I break my own invest lock there, and I buy a gold, obviously, to displace that into province. Alright, so yeah, they drew lots, even overdrew by 1, I think. They are even able to pick back up the lurker, because now that I broke invest lock on the labs, they could use the lurkers to gain labs. Exiles the province. This could be into a lab, but it's probably into a gold. No, actually, they buy the gold, so the gold is back in the deck somehow. Okay, and they did not break their invest lock, I think. Or did they? No, they did. So both of us have broken all our invest locks now. And now you see, even with the lab, I'm still not drawing all the way through to the end of the deck here. So I do need at least 1 more, probably 2 more, just to make sure things run smoothly. We'll go for merchants instead with the lurker. Could have been the other way around. Province, exile, and this is going to be the lab. So we get everything, just everything that we wanted, just in a kind of funny way. Okay, so now we have to pay attention to who has gold and who has province and where those things are. I don't have the gold, but I don't need the gold because I have so many merchants to buy province. And I think DVD has a gold as well, but they don't have as much merchants as I do. They gain a lab with the double lurker. Scheme is nice for them. They could top deck a lab with that, and they exile their gold into province. So now they are without gold, and I think without money to buy province. I still have a couple straggling coppers too, which are actually helpful for me getting to province here. They have trashed more, if not all of their coppers by now. Will pick up a lab here. I draw it for no reason because I wanted to play the merchant. We get our gold. I thought here about discarding this or not. It's 1 more stop card in the deck. If I do discard it, if not, I get my deck to be a little bit more consistent. I don't need, as I mentioned, an extra gold in the deck, but I took it off anyway because maybe things don't turn up in the way I want it to turn up, and I need the gold for something. It's another displaced target, and I may not always be able to draw through my deck. I don't have the consistency that DVD has. I've trashed less, and they have the scheme to top deck the lab. So they draw through. I have 2 golds and a displace. Now I don't think they have any gold actually. So somehow we managed to get into a position where we can buy province and they can't. They regain their gold here by exiling a province, and they just get up to 6, which is sad. Not enough merchants for them. Not enough money in general. The steward is dead too, right? But they weren't playing the steward anyway. Duchy makes sense. This is awful, but it's not so bad because I am able to get to a province. There are 4 provinces left. I don't want them to be in a position to double province, you know? If I wasn't able to do anything here, they could have, for instance, double province by buying and gaining one off the displace, and then I would have to settle for a tie at best. But in this scenario, um, that that's not the case because I'm able to send down the province count by one. So double province for them is dangerous. Could lose them the game. Even single province could lose them the game. So now they have to make a decision there. And I buy the estate because that could be important. Really, that could break a tie. So we buy the estate. We move on. DVD sees not all of their deck. I think. See the labs. We need it. You needed it to do something impactful here. So, oh, they have 2 gold. That's nice. Yeah, see, the gold gums you up, unfortunately. So they did not see their displace. They take the province. I mean, the alternative there is to take the duchy, right? Maybe that's right to take the duchy there, but uh, we stalled last turn, so we're not stalling this turn. All the labs are here. I know that. They know that. Maybe that's a reason to take the duchy as well, and we easily get to double province. So in the end, we ended up winning the lab split somehow with using invest and gaining the labs at an opportune time. And we had money to exile gold into province by province for a win. So this was an interesting one. Lots of decisions to be made with invest, when to buy, if to buy. We finished this match 4-2. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.